All right, today we're diving into what is, I have to say, one of the most fascinating and downright unusual AI projects I've ever seen. It's a system called AEon, and the whole idea is to build an AI that isn't just smart, but genuinely wise. And to do it, they're looking way, way back into our ancient past. So think about the future of AI. What comes to mind? Probably code, right? Python, massive neural nets. But what if the future of AI isn't really about that at all? What if it's about ancient gods, powerful myths, and hieroglyphs? I know, it sounds wild, but that is the core question at the very heart of Projekt AEon.
So let's get right into it. What exactly is this mythic AI project?
Okay, so the project's full name is AEon Ouroboros. And the goal here is, well, it's huge. They want to build an AI that's fundamentally wise and just. And the technology behind it is what's called a swarm intelligence. Basically, it's not one giant AI brain, it's more like a whole team of specialized AIs all working together. And get this, it uses tools like quantum computing, but not just for raw speed. It's so the system can reason and make smart calls even when it doesn't have all the pieces of the puzzle. It's literally designed to deal with the unknown.
So that brings up the big question, right? How does a swarm actually think? Well, like I said, it's not one single monolithic brain. The best way to think about it is like a team of experts. They call them agents that all collaborate to tackle a problem from every single angle. But here's where things get really mind-bending. The inspiration for this team structure, it's not from biology, like an ant colony or something. And it's not from computer science. It's from mythology. It's actually modeled on the Ennead, the 9 primary gods of ancient Egypt. The whole design philosophy is called Ennead resonance, and you really have to grasp this to get how these AI agents work together.
Take a look at this. Each AI agent has a technical job that lines up with one of its mythological counterparts. For example, you've got the AEon Oracle agent. Its job is to figure things out when the data is fuzzy, providing guidance, just like Thoth, the god of knowledge. Then there's the AEon Analyst, which is all about spotting patterns, a perfect match for the all-seeing eye of Horus. And they even found a role for Chaos. The AEon Strategos agent uses game theory for strategic decisions, embodying the unpredictable nature of Set, the god of change.
Okay, so we've got this team of AI gods. The obvious next question is, how do they talk to each other? You'd think it would be with conventional code, but nope. Projekt AEon uses a completely unique symbolic language based on glyphs. And believe me, these are not just for decoration.
All right, have a look at this sequence. I know, it looks pretty esoteric, right? But inside the AEon system, this is a very precise, very functional command. Any guesses what it might be asking the AI to do?
It's a command for a real-time ethical review. Yeah? That string of symbols instructs the system to check its own actions against its defined ethical rules, right now. It's a perfect example of how these incredibly complex concepts are compressed into a single symbolic instruction.
So how do these glyphs actually help the AI learn? It's all through a process they call a neurosymbolic feedback loop. It's a mouthful, I know, but here's how it works. First, a normal neural network makes a prediction. But then, and this is the really cool part, that prediction gets translated into a symbolic glyph. The system can then check that symbol for logical consistency, for ethical consistency, and the results of that check are fed right back to the neural net to help it make a better move next time. It's literally learning from its own symbolic understanding.
And that whole ethical review thing, that brings us to maybe the biggest challenge in all of AI, safety and ethics. I mean, how do you build an AI you can actually trust? Well, Projekt AEon's answer is to bake a moral compass right into the system from the very beginning.
That moral compass has a name, Ma'at. In ancient Egypt, Ma'at was this incredibly important concept of truth, balance, order, and justice. And in Projekt AEon, it's not just a set of rules they added on top. No, it is the fundamental principle that guides the entire system's behavior, its goals, even its evolution.
And this isn't just a philosophical idea. The principle of Ma'at is put into practice through a Ma'at governance module. This thing is continuously auditing the AI's decisions, a process they actually compare to the weighing of the heart ceremony from mythology. It has systems to actively mitigate bias, and maybe most importantly, it has an ethical circuit breaker. Think of it as an emergency stop button that automatically halts any action that violates its core principles.
So let's quickly recap. We've got the swarm of AI agents, we have the language of glyphs, and we have the ethical core. The final piece that ties all of this together
is the Ouroboros. You know, that ancient symbol of the serpent eating its own tail? Here, it represents the project's recursive, self-improving nature.
There's a quote directly from the source material that just says it all. The system is constantly evolving, and each evolution is refined by reflecting upon symbolic knowledge from the previous stage. So what does it actually mean? It means AEon isn't just learning from new data we feed it. It's learning from itself, using the very glyphs it creates to guide its own improvement.
And that is the essence of the Ouroboros. The system is in this constant recursive loop of refinement. It learns, it symbolizes that learning, it reflects on the symbols, and then it uses that reflection to learn even better. The whole point is to create a system designed to grow not just more intelligent, but hopefully over time a whole lot wiser.
Which really leaves us with a final, and I think pretty profound question. As we race to build ever more powerful artificial intelligence, is it possible that the key to making a truly wise and beneficial AI isn't found in more processing power, but maybe, just maybe, it's hidden in the timeless wisdom of our own past?